Yo,
Yeah.
we're back at it.
Yes, we are.
Let's go.
What we got?
You pulled this out. You were looking. You said you brought this to my attention. You said
This
this
was
with Newt
really
Gingrich.
good.
This is why they are not going after Biden
And I used to think that Newt Gingrich was not.
for black people.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It all plays into the part of not knowing.
Yeah. It absolutely.
Information is king.
So let's see.
In a convenient twist of fate, the indictment of former President Donald J. Trump came on the very same day that members of the House Oversight Committee viewed the FBI document, the 1023 form, alleging that Joe Biden took bribes in exchange for actions as vice president. Now, sources that have seen the documents tell Fox News Digital that it details an alleged $10 million payment to Joe and Hunter from a Burisma executive.
$10 million.
The executive apparently said that he would route the payments through so many shell companies that the transfer would take at least 10 years to uncover it.
Oh.
And what did Burisma, this executive, want in exchange for that money? Well, he wanted to halt an investigation into his company by a prosecutor in Ukraine. That prosecutor is the one that Joe Biden leveraged $1 billion taxpayer dollars and demanded he be fired in 6 hours.
Ridiculous.
And son of a bee, they fired that guy. Yesterday, when asked about these serious allegations, President Biden, he just laughed them off. Take a look.
I'm supposed to walk off the stage now. Wait.
The bribery allegation, Congresswoman Nancy Mace says there's damning evidence in the FBI file that you sold out the country. Do you have a response to the congressional Republicans?
Where's the money? I'm joking.
Mr. President,
No, you ain't joking.
You know what the money is. It's
Don't
waiting to be
play.
uncovered in 10 years. It's
Don't
in your shell
play.
companies.
You got it.
It's a bunch of malarkey.
Hey, no. What is malarkey? Malarkey.
All right, joining us now, author of a really good new book. You can get it in bookstores all across the country, Hannity.com, Amazon.com. March for the Majority, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich is with us. All right, there are two things that are beyond puzzling to me.
I ain't gonna lie now. Newt, he got the face like you put a mask on like this, and it's just an angry old man mask.
Stop it.
One is, in the middle of Trump's impeachment, we have Joe Biden on tape bragging that he leveraged $1 billion to get a Ukrainian prosecutor fired and gave him 6 hours to do it.
Wow.
They fired him.
Wow.
It turns out that prosecutor was investigating Burisma, and it turns out the prosecutor was investigating Hunter Biden.
So many
Hunter
dirtiness
Biden
going
does
on.
an interview on GMA and admits he has no experience in energy, oil, gas, coal, or Ukraine. Now, to me, that seems like a quid pro quo by Joe.
Yeah.
Nobody showed any interest in that, Mr. Speaker. Why?
Look, I think all of us who are conservative have misunderstood what's going on.
Okay.
It's a lot like Hillary. They didn't prosecute Hillary because she's so likable. They didn't prosecute Hunter because, after all, he's such a nice guy. They're not going to go after Joe because, after all, he means well. I mean, what you have here is absolute, total corruption.
Exactly.
And I have a couple simple tests, frankly, for the House Republicans. Release the document. It's not classified. There's no reason every American can't read it. Put it on the internet. Let all of us read. Remember, this is a confidential FBI informant who the FBI believed did enough to have paid him over $200,000 over the years. So they thought he was a very serious person. So let's read what he had to say. Second, I just did a newsletter at Gingrich 360 saying that this is the wrong indictment. The Donald Trump indictment's wrong. The first indictments ought to be all the people who are mentioned as breaking the rules and breaking the law in the Durham report. Those are FBI agents. The second indictment ought to be the two universities that still haven't told us how much money they got from the Chinese communists while taking care of the Bidens. That's the University of Delaware and the University of Pennsylvania. The University of Pennsylvania got 2 ambassadorships out of the deal.
Wow.
And there were 10 Biden administration senior people being paid by the University of Pennsylvania.
Corrupt. He's named 2 universities that are involved in this crap with Biden.
It's all detailed.
So they continue to want to cover up because other people are going to be exposed.
Yeah, it'll be a
It's going to be
a rat's nest.
It's going to be like a puzzle. You know, it's going to unravel. It's unraveling.
Doesn't that seem just like a one of those movies, or like you like those Bourne movies, like we talk about,
I was just
where
thinking.
it goes all the way back to this person?
Yes, and this is just what I felt like. This is a movie.
This is a movie,
and this is our government. This is why it's like the absolute worst, because you would have never thought that this may happen all around the world. This happens in the movies, but not here where we live.
Joe, I don't believe there's any uncorrupted government in any country. I don't believe that exists. It's just for the greatest country on earth. It's unbelievable.
It's coming out now. It's coming out.
With money that I think came directly from communist China. The third indictment ought to be the Biden family. I mean, how can you have, it's a very simple, just ask yourself, why would the widow of the mayor of Moscow send $3 million to Hunter Biden? Why would Burisma hire a guy who clearly didn't know anything? $3.5 million. I'm lowballing it, trying to be conservative. But think about it. Why would Burisma be paying him? Right. Why would somebody in Kazakhstan send him money? Why would a Chinese billionaire be sending him a diamond? And as Chairman Comer reported the other day, we know of at least one case where $3 million was sent to the Biden family from China. And finally, what does it tell you? That apparently the FBI leadership insisted that the IRS disband the team that was looking into the money for the Bidens. Wow. This whole thing is sick, and it puts in context what's happening with Trump. What you have is a deliberate, vicious effort worthy of Zimbabwe or Venezuela or Cuba, but in the United States of America, to have this kind of totally ruthless use of the power of the government. It's ironic. This is the week that is the anniversary of the publication of George Orwell's 1984. And what we're seeing is exactly the use of state power that Orwell warned us against.
That's right.
I hope that the Republicans next week will release the document, put it on the internet, let every American see it, and then ask the Attorney General and the head of the FBI, how could you have had this for several years and not investigated it? I mean, there's something profoundly sick about this.
Newt spoke March to the Majority. By the way, I had the honor of actually interviewing him on his own podcast about his new book. Bookstores all around the country.
So Newt Gingrich is telling you, he's telling the Republican Party what they need to go ahead and do.
Correct.
They're telling you what to do. He's sitting here telling you this is absolutely absurd. And why are they not investigating? And then he said, when I saw that picture, it made me think about the movie where, you know how that movie came on and then there was a murder in the bathroom and then they were covering up one of the officials committed. Was John Travolta in that movie? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it made me just think about just like a movie.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
A freaking movie.
What do you need? What do you need Netflix for or Prime when you got Biden, the Hunter Bidens?
And what are other countries thinking of our country? It's like, can they just easily try us now? Because
let's get over there so we can live.
We're so divided. We're not together, and there seems to be no checks and balances when you have them people. When you have, conservatives and other areas of higher government that want to comply and want to get down to the bottom of it and want justice for the American people, and
it's
yet
so funny.
You still can't even check them because.
But it's still funny. We're still the
games.
greatest, even though after all this, and that's why this is an amazing country, because out of all the scammy and political stuff, it's still the greatest country on earth. So we need to get a president in there that is going to fight for the people, fight for the major issues. I still don't believe there's any perfection. Even if once Trump becomes president, there's no perfection in this because we're still dependent on a man. So, but let's get somebody in there that's going to kind of reverse all this ridiculousism, and let's go ahead so we can start focus on everybody can make money for their families. You can start, things will get lower cost for the American people so that they can do more. That's $7,000 that'll be put back into their income a year.
But wait,
so
how do they dismantle an organization that was trying to dismantle the team that was coming against and doing the research on this bribery scheme. They dismantled the team.
It's called
all
money,
the stuff
baby.
was coming together. All the stuff was in line.
It's
It was
called
coming
money.
together. They
It's
were
called money and
providing
death threats.
evidence. And then all of a sudden, no, this ain't. You're done.
It's called money and death threats. That's what it's called. Because whoever that person is that was investigating, I guarantee you're not hearing about it because we're not locally in that country. But I guarantee you they put death threats on that man.
And then the informant, like he said, if they had to entrust the informant, they paid him over $200 and something thousand over a course of amount of time, and just made me think, just like in the movies.
$10 million in shell
Just
companies.
like in the movie. So now I really
That can't
wanna
be
go
unraveled
back
for 10
and watch
years.
The Jason Bourne, because that's gonna tell you right
10
now what's going on.
10 million in shell companies that will be unraveled. Won't be unraveled for 10 years.
Crazy.
All right, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't take a nosedive, but comment down in the section below if you want some more. We'll see you on the next one, man. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.